Hey there folks, today I'd like to take a casual peek into the high-grade, high-mach Battle System Simulator Mobile Suit Model Kit from Bandai. This 1/44th scale kit is part of the Build Fighters subline of high-grade kits, and this character is represented from the second season of Build Fighters Try. This kit was first released in the beginning of 2015 and sold for about 800 yen, which is relatively inexpensive even for high-grade kits. And I got this set in 2015 when I purchased it from Hobby Link Japan for only about 500 yen, which is a really great deal. Taking a closer peek at the packaging for this high-mach, and if you're not familiar with high-machs, they are simulated mobile suits in Build Fighters, mainly for training purposes for Gunpla battlers. And they aren't actually true physical mobile suits in the Build Fighters universe. They're just in the simulation. They're not virtual, but they are recreated through the Plavsky particles used in the simulator and in Gunpla battle games. And just used for training purposes. They're a typical type of grunt simulated suits, and pretty interesting as well. You could see here an artist rendition or an animated rendition of the high-mach. Pretty cool, and you could see here a group of high-machs battling out, probably against some Gunpla battlers. At the top corner you can see the HG or high-grade Build Fighters logo there, and also the show logo for Build Fighters Try, the second season. And down here you can see the name high-mach. It doesn't have a mobile suit designation because it's just a simulated suit. And you can see it is 1 to 144 in scale, and you got the Bandai logo down below. And then you also have the logo here to represent where this kit is from, of course, from Build Fighters Try, or Build Fighters in general. On the side of the box here, you can see some poses of the high-mach in action on an action display base there, and also here you can see it has one piece of weaponry there. And but it only has one, and you can add other pieces from build custom kits, which is pretty cool. So you can expand the weaponry on the high-mach there, and of course the build custom kits are sold separately. So, and here you can see that you can add 1/100th scale hands to this 1/44th scale kit, so it can wield even more weapons available to it. And here you can see the HGBC or high grade build custom kits where you can expand the high-mach with a whole bunch of weaponry. On this side of the box, you can see it's number 27 in the line of the HGBF kits. Here we have a front and rear view of the assembled kit, and we have a, I guess, a rendition there, artist rendition of the kit with an animated background there, and some specs. It stands about 18 meters tall. If it were outside of the simulation, I guess, and weighs about 40 tons there. And probably some information about the high-mach here in Japanese, which I cannot read there, unfortunately. And you have some more information here about the I guess the Build Fighters storyline, or Build Fighter Tri, second season of Build Fighters there. And here you have some information about the kit itself, probably some warning information, the barcode, and the price of 800 yen. So relatively inexpensive, and you can see the size of the box is a little bit smaller than your typical Build Fighters high-grade kit. So another reason why it's a little bit more inexpensive. So it's not as much needed to assemble this kit. Here's this side of the box there. Now we'll be right back and have the contents shown in a little bit. Okie dokie, we have the box opened up, and we're going to go ahead and take a look at the contents of this HiMach kit. And comes here with a single bag, and only basically 3 runners here, one of which is a runner of polycap. So really only 2 to put this kit together. So a really small amount of runners to justify the 800 yen price of this kit. So it doesn't take much to put a HiMach together, so which is pretty cool. But you can see on this in this bag the 3 runners. Well, it's kind of hard to see, but the front runner here is the polycaps for the joints and such. And then the second runner behind the polycap runner is a gray colored runner here. It has here the feet and some of the torso, the blaster weapon there, and some of the coverings for the, I guess, expansion ports, you can call it, of this HiMach. And right here in this corner you can see 2 polycaps, or not 2 polycaps, but 2 pieces here for, I guess you can call them adapters for the 1/100th scale hands if you wish to put them on the HiMach. Now this kit does not come with 1/100th scale hands, only comes with 1/144th scale hands, so you have to provide the hands if you want to use 1/100th scale weapons there. And the third runner here in sort of an olive green type color. It does not have multiple shades of green, just one shade of green here. And you can see other parts of the torso, the leg here, a bit more like the calf area. Some of the shoulder area here, and the torso, mid-torso here. So nice combination of colors with green and gray there, so pretty cool. And then you have a really just very small sticker sheet there for 3 small pieces to be applied, the mono eye and 2 areas. I believe it's on the hip or the shoulder, I can't remember which. But if I turn it around, you can see the red colored stickers there, so pretty neat there. And then one other item we have is the, I guess, the assembly manual, you could say. You can see the HiMach here, Battle System Simulator mobile suit, and you can see an animated rendition of the HiMach, and some other pictures here. I don't remember this particular HiMach being used for target practice there, but you have here a rendition of a HiMach in action there. It looks like in flight mode there. And then probably information about the HiMach in the Build Fighters universe. I can't read it, and it's in Japanese print there. But you have some statistics. If this particular HiMach was outside the simulator within the Build Fighters universe, it's about 18 meters tall and 40 tons in weight. Of course, within the simulator, it's not that size. It's basically the size of a typical high-grade kit in the Build Fighters simulator game. So, pretty interesting there. You open it up here, you can see you have couple of options. It's build custom, and you can see where the Himok is inspired from. A Zaku set there, and it looks like another Zaku here. A Zaku 1, a sniper. So basically, it gets its design cues from a Zaku suit, which is understandable. It's got the same color scheme of a Zaku 2 there, and it is a grunt suit, so to be bashed on. So you can see where it has its ties to the Zaku. You have a color guide here if you wish to paint this kit using a couple shades of green, even though this kit only comes in one shade of green. So if you want to paint it, they recommend 2 shades of green there, and a shade of gray and a shade of red for looks like the thrusters, and of course if you don't want to use the stickers there. So pretty interesting. And here on this page you have some poses of the Himok in action, also equipped with some build custom kits. Build custom kits from the Build Fighters high grade line are small expansion type kits. They're really inexpensive, about 500 yen, and they add usually weapons assortments that you can add to your high grade kits if you want to. And in this case, they're using a couple of build custom kits that are available. You can see 2 different types being used here, and also here they're using 1/100th scaled weapons from 1/100th scale kits, using, of course, separately available 1/100th scale hands on there. So that's kind of neat. And here we have some tips and tricks, I guess, to further customize your kit. If you want to add a command antenna there or different face types, you can if you wish there. And then down here you have other Build Fighters kits available, like the Gyagya and Mega Shiki and the Red Warrior there. And speaking of build customs earlier, there are various types of build custom kits, and there is a build custom kit specific to the Himok, and there are number 19 right here, I believe, which is a Himok weaponry kit there. So pretty neat. And when you open this up, you have basically the assembly instructions for the Himok. I'll start over here. You have the runner list, the 2 runners and the polycap runner there, and some do's and don'ts on when to assemble the kit right there, as well as a legend of some of the symbols used when assembling the kit. And this particular kit only takes 26 steps, and there actually are some multiple steps within each of the numbered steps as well. So it doesn't take too much to put this kit together. So pretty neat. On this side we have I guess final portions of putting the kit together in color. I'm not sure why this is different than the others, but you also come with an adapter if you want to put it on an action base there, so that's kind of neat. And also how to apply the adapter for the 1/100th scale hands if you wish to add those to the kit. So pretty cool there on the instructions, and we'll be right back and have an assembled Himok. Okay, we have an assembled Himok here, and I gotta say that I like this kit even before putting it together, but once I put it together I like it even more. And it's a great kit, nicely designed, very well articulated for a kit of this price, for only 800 yen. Very nicely put together kit from only 2 runners basically. And before we get into the closer peek at this particular Hymock, we're going to go ahead and do a size comparison. And I think it best to do a size comparison with the suit that it draws its inspiration from, and that's the Zaku suit. Now, the only high-grade Zaku suit that I have available at the moment is Char Aznable's mobile suit, but it's a Zaku 2, so it's a nice comparison. And you can see the two side by side here, and size-wise, it's pretty close to the Zaku 2. It's a little bit shorter by a hair, or by a command antenna, I should say, but it's relatively around the same size. And you can also see the similarities where the Hymock draws the inspiration in its design, like in the rounded shoulders. It's spiked here, but generally rounded shoulders there. The mono eye, of course, of most of the Xeon suits. Even the leg design, where it's flared out a little bit on the calf area. So a pretty close resemblance. Of course, not exactly the same, but you could see where it's, I guess you could say, descended from. So pretty cool. Now this Hymock does not have the cabling of the Zaku as well, but it's a Hymock, not a Zaku. But still, very close resemblance between the two suits. Now, taking a closer peek at this Hymock here. Now, this particular kit is a straight build kit. No stickers have been applied yet, and no paint or any other modifications. So it's basically assembled from the instructions that are provided. And I gotta mention first also that what's left over after assembling a straight build of the Hymock, you do have some pieces left over. Here's the polycap kit. You have some extra joints here, and an unused set of ball joints there. So, and also what's left from the other runners is basically the adapters, which I have not taken apart yet, since I don't have a set of available 1/100 scale hands to use. But here are the adapters for those 1/100 scale hands if you wish to use them. No 1/100 scale hands are provided, so you have to provide those yourself if you want to use them. But taking a closer peek at the Hymock here, a very nice, simple design. And the colors on this particular kit are close to what's represented on the show. It's a little bit different in that there are 3 shades of color represented on the, or 4 shades I should say, represented on the show, but really only 3 on the kit. The missing color that's the other shade of green. I believe on the show there are 2 shades of green on the Hymock, but for cost purposes, of course, they only included 1 shade of green on the kit. And it's a shade of green that's pretty much slightly darker than what's provided on the show, but close enough. And the other shade is the shade of gray. You can see some of the gray underneath the torso there, of course on the feet and the weaponry there. And of course, like the backpack in the back. So, but even with 2 shades of green, it's a nicely designed kit, nicely colored kit, and it represents a grunt suit very well. So, pretty neat. And of course, this is not panel lined. No stickers have been applied, but there is supposed to be a shade of red for the mono eye, and I believe here on the hip or on the shoulder, I can't remember. But you can apply stickers, red stickers, for the mono eye and parts of the suit here. But overall, green and gray. Now, sculpt-wise, it's got a combination of straight and rounded edges, which is pretty nice. You can really see the rounded edges along the shoulders and the head there, which is pretty cool. And also around the knee area and the hip area, and portions of the leg, and portions of the arm. But a lot of straight edges as well along the torso and the rest of the areas where it's not rounded, which is very cool. And oh, this kit only comes with one weapon, and that's the beam rifle here. Let me just take this apart, take the hand apart so we can take a look at the beam rifle. And it only comes with this piece of weaponry here, which is kind of understandable. It's a grunt suit, and it's really meant for customizing to expand your HIMOC with separate available build custom kits or other weaponries from other kits. So, but this is the beam rifle. It's got some nice sculpting detail on it. On there, you can panel line that, which is pretty neat. There, and here's the hand. Here you just put it on the groove, and it has a covering for the hand here. And let me just put that together. And once you have it in place, it sits pretty secure in the hand. You don't have to worry about it falling out or juggling about. So it's a nice secure fit. And you can place that on there. And taking a look at some more of the design elements, you could see some nice opportunities for panel lining right here on the arms, of course on the head, some areas on the torso there, and really on the legs as well. So very nice, nicely put together, nicely designed. You get some opportunities for panel lining on the feet as well. So pretty cool. And what's neat about this kit is, of course, the expandability and modifiability of the HIMOC here. There are what you call weapon points all over this kit, where you can attach weapons to modify your HIMOC or to outfit your HIMOC. Particularly in the backpack. Looking at the backpack here, it's nicely designed. It's got all of these peg holes all over where you can place weapon attachments, which is very, very cool. So if you have a build custom kit, you can put those on there, which is very neat. Now, in addition to those, you have some on the shoulders here. I don't know what these are coverings, but they look like beam lasers, if you want to call them beam lasers. I don't know, but they're really coverings. You can just pull a covering apart, and it's gonna be kind of hard since I don't have any fingernails to speak of to pry it open. But here, let me just see if I can do this off screen for a second. Okay, I got the covering opened up here. Basically, you just pry that open, but I had no fingernails whatsoever to be able to pry that apart. But once you have it pried open, you can see there's a peg hole here, so you can attach a weapon attachment if you want onto the shoulder. And now there's a similar covering. It's not really a covering, it's more part of the skirt. You can pull that one off if you wish. But I won't do that here. As well as two other points on each of the legs. You have little coverings here you can pry open. This one's easier, I can do with my fingernail there. But they're on each side of the leg where you can attach even more weapon attachments. Which is really cool. So you can really outfit this HIMOC with a variety of weapons, which is pretty cool. So you can actually do a really heavily outfitted HIMOC if you wanted to. Of course, those weapon attachments you have to provide yourself, either through a build custom kit or just another kit in general. So pretty cool. Now to go over articulation of this particular kit, and it's nicely articulated overall for a kit of this price. But we'll start off with the head. The head basically just rotates left and right. Doesn't really go up or down. It's not. I don't think it's really meant to. But it does have limits on where you can turn the head. You can turn the head about that much, and that much that way. There. The arms at the shoulders can move out about that far out and that far inwards, as well as rotate forward and back, as well as rotate all the way around. So that's kind of neat. The arms right at the bicep area can go all the way around. The elbows do bend at 2 joints to provide this much articulation range at the elbow, which is nice there. The hands at the wrists do have a ball socketed joint, so you can rotate the hands all the way around, as well as bend them in and out, side to side. You have that rotational movement. Oops, pop that out. You can see the ball joint there. And you place the adapter here if you wish to use the 1/100 scale hands, but there are only 1/44 scale hands. The hands, or the fingers on the hand, do not articulate. They're fixed posed on there, as like they were gripping action there. So that's interesting. There are 2 joints at the torso that allow up and down movement on the upper torso. And up and down movement at the mid-torso, but overall it does not bend forward that much. This is about as far forward as it will bend, but does bend backwards slightly with both joints there. And the torso also goes side to side nicely on there, on just the upper torso alone, but there's also additional movement with the mid-torso area, so that's kind of neat. And of course the torso can go not all the way around, but extreme side to side motion, basically 180 degrees side to side there, or slightly over 180 degrees. Now the upper torso does move side to side as well, but not as extreme as the mid-torso area. The hip area over here, the side skirt I should say, does move upward to allow movement, side movement of the legs, so that's kind of neat. And the legs at the hip do allow forward movement of the legs about that much, that far back, as well as this far out, so which is pretty neat. The leg at the thigh can move all the way around, and the legs at the knees have 2 joints, so you can bend it quite far back like that. And the feet, in typical Zaku fashion, have a nice mobility. Even though this is not a Zaku, it does have Zaku-like feet, in that it does provide nice forward articulation of the foot about that much, bends down slightly, and has that nice ankle pivot, as you can see there. So a nice range of movement for the feet. So a really nice articulation of this high-grade kit for its price. Really only about $5 to $6 with the current conversion rate. So just a really nice, inexpensive kit to allow you to provide opportunities for army building. Yeah, you can buy several of these for the price of a master grade kit, a small army of them, basically. Okay, I went ahead and took the extra time to better detail the HGBF, I went ahead and applied the stickers, and I also panel lined the kit, and finally I applied a top coat of clear matte paint, or not really paint, but top coat, onto the HiMach. And we're going to go ahead and take a closer peek at the extra little details that are brought out by doing such a thing here. First off, the application of the stickers. There are really only 3 places, very small places to apply stickers. Of course, here on the eye camera there on the head area, and then there's one small sticker on each of the shoulders. And these stickers are foil stickers, but I had applied the stickers before applying the top coat. So once you apply a top coat, at least a matte finish top coat, it does dull the sticker slightly, but not completely. There's still a little bit of reflective quality on that. So that's, I guess, a choice you'd have to make, whether to apply the sticker before or after a top coat of clear matte onto there. But it's still a little bit reflective, and I think it's actually pretty neat. And then I also had the opportunity to panel line this, and I basically used a gray fine-tipped Gundam marker to panel line this. I didn't see a need to use any other color like gray or brown. I think black was sufficient enough for this particular kit. And there are quite a few areas to panel line, especially in the upper legs and upper arms there. And other areas, really is not too many, just certain areas, like on the lower legs and of course the shoulders and head there. But one place that really doesn't have any panel lining is on the lower arms there. I didn't see any opportunities to line it there. You could see how the lining actually brings out a little bit more detail to the kit as opposed to not lining it on there. I also lined the area of the backpack and painted, well, not really painted, but marked up the thruster area with a red Gundam marker on the interior of the thrusters there, and along the outer edge of that to bring out a little bit more detail. So it does provide extra pop, you could say, if you want the opportunity to line a kit. And finally, I did also apply a top coat of clear matte spray onto this kit. I elected not to paint this kit, and if you don't want to go to the time and effort to paint a kit, I think a top coat of matte clear actually is a good alternative. And as you can see here, it looks pretty good with just a spray of clear matte, as opposed to really painting on selective colors. With clear matte, it does dull the finish a little bit. It really removes the shiny plastic quality or look of the kit and makes it look a little bit better, I think. It looks more, I guess not robotic, but looks closer to being a mobile suit than a straight build without a matte finish on there. And you can see it's not as reflective as previously built on the earlier in the video, and I think it looks really cool. Now when I applied the matte finish on here. I separated this kit into major sections. Basically, I took apart the head, the torso, and the arms were in several sections and sprayed each part individually. I did not just spray this as it was assembled, because I think if you did it that way, you would miss areas of the application of the paint. So I think it's better if you actually separate your kit after building it into major sections, such as like the shoulders or individual parts of the arm, and then spray those individually on there. So just to get better coverage of the overall kit there. So pretty cool. Oh, I also forgot to mention, I did also line the beam rifle there, and has quite a bit of detail after you line it. So pretty neat. And I did line this kit before applying the spray finish on there. So, but a great looking overall kit. Adds a little bit extra detail if you go to the effort of lining and spraying the kit. And it just, I think, looks great overall compared to just a straight build. But this is my casual peek into the high-grade Build Fighters HGBF mobile suit. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.